Welcome, everybody. It is Peaceful here. I got another deck guide for you. Today, we are going to be going over a deck that has sort of really come out of nowhere to be a huge part of the metagame, and that is Brood's Abs and Lads, as I like to call it. You might hear it called Brood Me Dude or any number of things. Really, the core of this deck is Forge into Brood into Absorbing Man or some combination of that in order to put out insane stats. Then you have Patriot to buff it up, Blue Marvel to buff it up. This particular list I'm going to show you today from Lammy series also plays Iron Man to give you just like really high scaling in one lane. And this deck just sort of puts out a ton of stats and says, can you beat this? And for those of you who are more interested in just getting some wins in ranked and conquest and less worried about playing something fun and super interesting, this is a great deck. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I find this deck incredibly boring to play. You'll see in the videos that I'm going to post. I was streaming at the time, obviously, and I sort of did some questionable plays just to see what would happen, just for the fun of it, because it honestly this deck bores me to tears. So I apologize in advance, but you know the videos I will post will give you an idea of how to win with the deck. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't drop a game with the deck, even messing around and just sort of having fun with chat. I'm gonna go ahead and give you sort of my primer on the deck, and then we'll jump into the game so you can sort of see how the deck plays. First up, here's the deck. So you see you got your lines of Forge into Sinister, Forge into Brood, into Absorbing Man. These are your power plays. You've got Patriot for some extra stats. You got Iron Man to really bump up a lane. You got Blue Marvel to sort of buff your whole board. You got Legion for those scammy Legion wins that we all know and love. And then just Chavez for that consistency. This is a deck that I really highly recommend that you do not take Chavez out of, please. That is one of my pet peeves right now is I'll see a good deck posted and then I'll see people posting their versions of the deck. And one of the first things they do is take out Chavez. I get it. Chavez feels bad to draw. You draw a turn six, and it's basically like you're not drawing a card a lot of the times. I don't care. Just play Chavez, okay? It makes this deck in particular a lot better, especially decks like this that want to curve particular cards early in the game. So things like Silky Smooth in this deck. Next up, I got sort of some of the key combos that I want you to be looking for. Obviously, Forge into Brood into Absorbing Man. That is by far your best start. If you have that, you know you're going to be in good shape that game. One of the things I always like to note, and the reason that Iron Lad makes it into a lot of these decks is Iron Lad is sort of your failsafe, right? I love Iron Lad in games where I don't draw particularly well early on, especially things without Brood, because a lot, you know, your likelihood of hitting Brood are pretty high at that point if it's turn 4 and you haven't hit Brood yet. A lot of times you're just going to get 3 6 power units in a lane, and that's going to be a lane that sort of just wins itself. So keep that in mind. Patriot, Blue Marvel, Iron Man are sort of your curve toppers, the way you go over the top of other decks. And I just think Iron Man is a super strong card in the metagame right now. You for those of you who watched my Thanos control video that I posted last week, you know that I'm a big proponent of Iron Man. And it does a ton of work in this deck in particular, especially in combination with any of the minion buffers like Blue Marvel or Patriot for your other units in that lane. Now, I want to go over some proper snapping for this deck and some lines you should be looking for. Obviously, Forge into Brood is a snap, even without Absorbing Man. If you have Absorbing Man, you should be snapping. And to be clear, that means snapping on turn 1 or 2 before they have seen your Forge and know what's coming. So just keep that in mind, especially on ranked ladder. I cannot emphasize how important this is. On ranked ladder, it is crucially important that you are snapping very early before they get to see what you're up to. So if you have Forge, Brood, Absorbing Man in your opening hand, that should be a snap. Anytime you have a strong curve play, so something like even without Absorbing Man, something like turn 2 Sinister, turn 3 Brood, turn 4 Iron Lad, turn 5 Legion, I would snap a hand like that. And I would snap it early before they know exactly what's going on. Legion advantages, I like to call it. Any hand that has, or anytime you get to turn 2 or 3 and you've seen a location that is going to wreck your opponent if you Legion it on turn 5 or turn 6, that is usually a good opportunity to snap and snap it early. Don't wait till turn 5 to snap it, because then a lot of times they're going to look at the board and go, oh, they're snapping on 5. That probably means Legion. So you should be watching out for that. But it is a good time. Make sure if you have that opportunity to snap it early before they have a time to figure out what's going on. The last thing I noted for snapping is Brood, Sinister, Patriot, or Blue Marvel. Like basically meaning if you have a strong early curve out where you put a lot of units on board, then you have one of your board buffers that's going to give you a ton of power output. You want to snap that early before they know what's coming. Don't wait till turn 5. This deck in general, the strategy should be with snapping is If you are going to curve out and do what your deck is trying to do, something like Brood into Iron Lad into Patriot plus Sinister into Blue Marvel, that's a hand you should be snapping and just trusting in your deck to win. That's the general idea with this deck. It is super straightforward to play. Don't overthink it. If you have a strong hand where your deck is doing what it should be doing, just snap. So let's go ahead and talk about replacements. So first thing, don't play this deck without Absorbing Man and Brood. I mean, I know that probably is common sense for most of you, but you'd be surprised with the questions that get asked. So I just figured I'd go ahead and cover it. Make sure you're not playing this deck without that combo. That's the core of the deck. You really need that to really pop off. Without it, Forge just does not do nearly enough. You're better off running a different style of Patriot deck if that's what you want to do. If you don't have Iron Lad, that's the big one, I think, from this deck. Looking at the list, I don't think there's anything else that most of you won't have it other than maybe Legion. So if you don't have Iron Lad, you could run something like Silver Surfer. There's not that many threes. If you're going to run Silver Surfer, maybe you add in Wave and do like the Wave Doctor Doom package as well to sort of make up for that. That's something like, so maybe if you're missing Iron Lad and Legion, you could run Wave and Doctor Doom to add that over the top potential. Wave has gotten a lot better now that her best friend is back, Doctor Doom, with his 5-power Doom bots. This has always been one of my favorite combos to sort of lock people out of the game, especially those decks that are going for that high velocity turn 6. It just destroys them. So those would be my recommendations. The main cards, obviously, you'd be missing are probably Iron Lad and Legion. So if you're missing those, like I said, the Wave Doctor Doom package is a good thing to sub in. And that's really it I have for today on this deck. Like I said, this deck is pretty straightforward to run. I didn't want to give you guys a deck guide because it is such a popular deck right now, and you're probably seeing it a lot on the ladder and wondering what the best way to play it is. To summarize, play if you have Forge, Brood, Absorbing Man, that's the nuts. Make sure you're snapping, make sure you're getting your cubes for it. Watch out for those Legion lines if you're running the Legion version, and just make sure you are playing as high tempo as possible. Honestly, this is a good deck to try and to practice winning all 3 lanes or setting up to be able to win all 3 lanes and force your opponent to challenge all 3 lanes. So that's one of the good things to kind of look out for at this deck. Other than that, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. This is a little bit different style I usually do for my deck guide. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this format a little better, the more straightforward, just sort of running through stuff, or if you like the older formats that are a little bit more long-winded. I know everybody loves to hear me talk, so you guys just let me know in the comments which format you prefer, and I will catch you next time. Enjoy the games. This is actually a really good hand, especially if I draw either Absorbing Man or Iron Lad. What's my collection level? Like 10,500 or something like that? It's pretty good. Pretty high. We got Iron Man over there. All right, well, Super Flow's going to waste. That's fine. Can you believe it? Take that as a no. Oh. Well, that's kind of sick. The new location has been removed from the game due to a bug they just announced. Is the bug that it sucks and no one likes it? Because that would make sense. Is the bug that it's the absolute worst and no one wants to play with it? No, that's a feature. Fair enough. It can't fill up my location, so we go over here, right? It's always Blue Marble or Patriot, chat, every time. You ready? I believe, chat. I've never believed so strongly in my entire life. Blue Marble. God damn it, that's the worst one. God. Well, chat, my undefeated streak in Infinite Conquest this month, it might be coming to an end soon, but I can't really say I have anyone to blame but myself. I believed when I shouldn't believe. I can blame ego. That was the goal. That was the goal. That just helps them, right? What do you got? Never Shang, never Enchantress, never Rogue.
I am Iron Man.
4 cards in hand. They never beat. They never beat. They never beat me to the. They never get 16 power left, chat. It's literally impossible. I don't know what y'all are talking about. There's no way. They're giving some pity cubes. They were respecting the Citadel. I don't blame them. This is why I snap, chat. Iron Man there. Turn 5, we go Patriot plus Brood. Well, that's annoying as shit. Okay. All right. No. All right. It's fixed, chat. We got it. We're fine. God, these are all so annoying. I know it only buffs the main Brood. I don't know what else we're supposed to do. Yeah. We just give everybody a bunch of ninjas, right? Next turn. No, we got this. It's not gonna be Sanctum Sanctora for long. It's gonna be and we even have priority, so they don't get to buff anything else. That's great for us. I'm just thinking because I don't think we can snap. It's unfortunate, but because of this, right? So they're gonna get 6 more power here at least. Maybe they Odin and Mjolnir over here. What's the most power we can add left? 3, 4, 5, 8. It's just blue marble plus Wasp, right? Oh, what, on the right? Oh, I could have done that. I was thinking I wanted that for the left side. Six isn't enough here, so they have to commit more over here to win. And then this is going to 14. Hell yeah. All right, let's see what they've got. Oh, they didn't even, yeah. This is Odin again. But it's not big enough this time. 12 left is 26. Yeah, no way. Didn't fall for it this time, buddy. Not good enough. All right. Maybe too passive there. It's really hard to tell because we haven't seen every list, every card from their list. But I imagine there's a Hulk in there. I imagine there's, I don't know. I kind of want to go Shuri's Lab with Iron Lad. All right, we got the Volt Legion play available. I think we just do this. And if they don't have Lockjaw here, then we probably just win, right? All right, it depends on what they hit off of this, huh? Doombots. No Doombot for you. What can they play for 5? It's just... This is a snap. The only thing... We just ignore left. The biggest thing they can play is Jane Foster, right? And that doesn't win either of those lanes for them. They can also play Wasp. All right, so this is 18. So if they go Jane Foster, Wasp, they go to 14, 15, we go down to 17. That's not enough. But if they do it over here, 8, 9, we go down to 10. I don't know what I'm missing. If I'm missing something, we could be in trouble. They played 3 cards. Wasp down 1. Mjolnir, that's not going to do it. Yeah. Vision! That's not enough, right? Chat, what am I missing? They have Jeff. That would give them 11 in a lane. Do you think they have Jeff? Do we respect it? Who runs Jeff in their standard Lockjaw deck? Yeah, Jeff plus Vision would take right. What if they're bluffing? I wouldn't respect it either. I think they're bluffing. Why would you run Jeff in this deck? We're not respecting Jeff. Show me your Jeff. That's right. Get out of my game. I have not heard that, Asona. Believe it or not. I don't think so, anyway. Sounds epic, though. Tucker, you're in the, Ooh, are we snapping now? Okay, I'll put it on in just a second. All done dominating with Thanos? Oh, no, I'm not. But as a streamer and a content creator, I need some other decks content. So I just put out a Thanos video. Trust me, if I just cared about winning, like no cap, I would just be playing that Thanos deck. But I haven't done a deck guide on Broodsman yet, and it's probably the best deck in the game. So, like, obviously other than Thanos, but one of the best decks in the game. I need to do a deck guide on it. Oh, did they really? That's hilarious. Yeah, okay, we'll put that on here in a second. I'm gonna play the Brood here, right? Because this is gonna move. Play a lot of matches where you don't lose a cube. Dude, it's so good. Like, no cap. What are they doing? I ain't scared. Ever considered using the Doom Wave package in this? So, Abby, this is Lammy's list. I am just playing it. I honestly haven't considered, like, any other possibilities yet. Oh, well, that makes this easy. Wasp. Got him for 8, chat. Yeah. It could be good. I like this list. I like the Iron Man going over the top. I think Iron Man is just obscenely good right now in the metagame. Oh, I should snap. Oops. That was the ADD right there, chat. That was the ADD kicking in. I clicked the end turn button too quick. All right, as long as it doesn't hit the Brood, I'm fine. Chat. Do they have Shang? They never have Shang, right? Oh, yeah. They don't have Shang. Shang doesn't exist. We just put the Patriot right? I think I actually play this. I don't respect the Shang, chat. Yeah, they're throwing over here, right? We have no choice because of the Bifrost. They definitely got Shang? No way. Look, we're believers. We're believers in here, okay? You gotta believe. You're not believing right now. Let's see, chat. Oh, that's exactly what I was gonna say, BP. What happens if we turn everything into Danger Room? Zap! It's just Chavez left, right? Oh, we win. Oh my god, they had Shang, chat. We lose. We lose the video game. Zap. Zap. Love it. Zap. Zap. Zap it. Zap it! Wait. It's a tie? Legion mid saved us. Let's be real here. We were dead without Legion mid. All right, Abby, I have a rule. When I'm behind like this, I play around barely anything until I've seen it. Because most of the time you can't beat it anyway, right? If they had Shang there, they had Shang there. That only means that's not true. That means it means exactly what it means. So my kind of rule of thumb is like, if you can't beat it, no, I'm right. You play to your outs. Our outs there was them not either not playing Shang or not having it. I think you always go for that there. Man, imagine if we had Cosmo, chat. Just imagine a Cosmo here. Give me Absorbing Man off the top. That's cheating. Look, when you're in an unfavored situation, you got to play to your outs. Iron Lad's always Absorbing Man. I know. Iron Lad's really good at being Absorbing Man. Watch. Y'all just watch. That's what Lammy said. Well, that's honestly where I've learned a lot of things. So, oh, that's good too. I like a free Captain Marvel or Blue Marvel. We just don't fuck around with. Right? And then we can Blue Marvel or Patriot over here. Because we're never winning this with it being the Lake Hellas. And we'll add power with the other Blue Marvel.
I am Iron Man.
They can't win mid, right? They can't win mid correct. And we have priority, so we can't Shang. Just trying to think of what's the most power. Oh, they left. Like a coward. You know you can just play it out for free, right? I only have 2 cubes. Is this the nuts? It's pretty good. Poor opponent. We don't feel bad for the opponent. The opponent is losing. Yeah, that was a horror. I agree. That was not a wise decision. But do we double it? We do, right? You think so? That actually doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't hit it again. Are you? What? We can't snap. It's max already. Is our opponent a god gamer? Did anyone else see that? They double sniped it. We still just double Patriot, right? It's a big Patriot. It's what, 7? I don't think we can skip a turn. I don't think we can skip a turn. Like, this is still good. You would skip a turn? Nah, y'all are crazy. Double Patriot's too good. And we're going to go Sinister here. And then we're going to Legion them so they can't do goofy stuff. Y'all are crazy. No way you're supposed to skip a turn. If we skip a turn, then we're never playing the Patriot. Patriot just becomes like a dead card. It adds almost the same amount of power. Well, that's annoying that it did that, but it's fine. Wait, we're actually in trouble, right? Maybe y'all are right. But we're ahead right now, and all of their stuff's going to get danger roomed. Boom! Zap! 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 Was that the worst danger room of all time? They played 5 cards. Lost, by the way. It looks like y'all were right. It looks like y'all were right. I can admit when I'm wrong. Zap, zap, zap. Everything's getting zapped. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Everything's getting zapped. Zap? Told you. Zap? Zap? Told you. Zap? Zap? Mm. Yo, let's go.